What's up, Domino community? I'm Lily Hevish, and today I'll be teaching you how to build the jumping rock. So get your dominoes and let's start building. This trick is an old school domino trick. It has been around for the longest time, but this is a very, very simple trick. You only need 5 dominoes. So let's start building. Alright, so here's one variation of the jumping rock. We're gonna start by placing our first domino flat on the ground, and then take another one and rotate it 90 degrees and place it right on top. But it's gonna be halfway on the domino that you placed originally. And while I'm holding this in place, I'm going to take a black domino and place it vertically standing on the edge. So now that we have this basic structure, what we're gonna do is shift over the top section just slightly like this, so that now there's more than half the domino hanging off the edge. Now doing this will make it a little bit more reliable because there's more of a surface area for the domino to hit it and knock down, and it doesn't need as much force for this black domino to tip over. And now we can place our starting domino, which will hit this sort of lever and push it down. Now there's a couple of places where you could place this domino. You could place the domino on this side or on this side. Just the distance between the domino you place and the lever that's going down should be about 3 centimeters or a little bit over 1 inch. Or it could be on the same side as the black domino in the same direction. Now the other variation is the placement of this top section. So you could actually shift over the entire thing. Like it doesn't necessarily need to be on the edge of the domino that you placed on the ground. It could be in the middle if you prefer that, or further on the edge like this. Depending on how your dominoes are laid out, it might be more useful to have the top portion on a specific side so it doesn't interfere with other dominoes around it. So if I'm making the trick like this and I want to do a typical direction changer trick where the starting domino is right here, I'm going to place it right about here, but I'm also going to position this domino so that it's not directly in line with this other black domino, but shifted over halfway. And this will make room for the domino that we put next to it, which will be the ending domino. And as a general rule, the distance between the ending domino and the top domino should be about 1 centimeter. Now there should be a little bit of a gap of room right here in between the 2 dominoes that you just placed, just because we don't want the starting domino to accidentally touch the ending domino and knock that down in the opposite direction. So now we can just continue the domino line a little bit longer. This is the first variation where the top piece is in the middle. 3, 2, 1, go. Perfect. So if we watch this back in slow motion, the domino line falls and hits the top lever, and that tips over the vertical domino, which then knocks down the rest of the domino line. So the second variation is, rather than having this domino line change direction 180, it can go 90 degrees. So instead of placing this top domino in the middle, we're going to shift it over to the side and then place the same vertical domino on top, and then also offset the space a little bit so it's overhanging by more than half a domino. The fun thing about this trick is that you can kind of knock it down in any direction. So you could knock it down from this side, or you can knock it down from this side. I think I'm going to start with this side, and again, the distance between the starting domino and the top domino should be about 3 centimeters or a little bit over 1 inch, and the distance between the ending domino and this top domino should be about 1 centimeter. One important thing to note is that this trick might be a little bit risky, so definitely do some tests. I'm not sure if I would trust this in a really big setup like at a live event, but if I'm just doing tricks for fun and there's not a lot of pressure, this is a really neat one to kind of show off and add some variation. But it can be a little bit finicky depending on the types of dominoes that you use and the floor surface and the distances that you place each domino. So do some tests. These distances that I'm recommending are not set in stone. It's possible that you might find a better distance to make this more reliable. So see what works best for you and your dominoes, and just keep trying until it works out and it seems pretty reliable, and then do it in a much larger setup if you feel comfortable doing that. But for now, let's topple this and see how it works. 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. Now I'm going to combine the variations that we've just learned so you can see all the types of jumping rocks that we can build. This trick is really fun to make a bunch of them in a row. It just makes a really cool like flip-flop sort of effect. You know, actually, I don't know if this is gonna work because when this domino falls, this vertical domino has a chance of hitting it here. Will it work? Let's find out. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, Oh, it did work! Wow, I'm actually really surprised. That is awesome. Let's watch this one back in slow motion. This one is a really fun one. So the domino falls, it just kind of flip-flops, changes direction 90 degrees, keeps hitting the lever, and then we have the direction changer that goes and hits the next domino. So that is how you build the jumping rock. Again, as I said, this trick looks really neat if you put multiple ones in a row, like have like 10 of them, just one after the next, and go in different directions. It just looks really cool. I'm trying to bring back some old school domino tricks, so hopefully this will revamp some of the tricks that have been around for a while that maybe the new builders don't know about. Also, I should note, if you are using really slippery dominoes, they might not work with this trick because they're gonna be sliding a lot more and it'll be unpredictable to see where each domino falls. So I would, if you need dominoes, recommend H5 Domino Creations. This is my own brand of toppling dominoes, which are very precise and they have a very special added surface texture that makes the dominoes grip to the next one without sliding around too much. And this will make it a little bit more reliable when you're building. This trick especially works really well with H5 Domino Creations. These dominoes are made in collaboration with Spin Master and they are the highest quality dominoes made for toppling, so definitely check them out at heavish5.com/buydominoes. If you want to learn how to make more domino tricks, I have a whole YouTube playlist right over here that you can browse through and learn more tricks. I also want to give a shout out to our featured community member, Radical Lucas. Please support this small domino channel. They're making some awesome stuff. And as always, I'm Lily Heavish and keep on building.